brother was holding his nose. That's what mine looked like. I'm going to make this a little bit short because I can't even get through it. However, a few things I wanted to say about my mother. And actually, I have a pretty long eulogy, but I'm going to pass it up. I'm not really in the mood. It's been a late night for me. What I wanted to do first was tell my grandson, Sean, to guard that door. Because my mother never missed a party. She's coming through. I know. And here's the contest. We've always debated with my mother who's the favorite son. All right? John spoke. Quiet. Watch when I speak. Those windows are going to open up when she comes. I know she's coming through. I know that woman's here. In fact, I was going to indicate that later on. You touch that urn? No, what I wanted to really do, you hear all these people discuss this paranormal type of thinking. Like if we all put our minds together at one time, the power of all our mental thinking could possibly bring her back. But then the son of a bitch would take over the party. How can you deal with her? I'm just going to briefly do things. And I had a little bit of a dispute with my daughter over this recently. There's a picture I have of her. She spent a lot of time in my house, and we had really good times. And one picture, let me go back to something else first. I'm going to come back to something that my sister will marry me. I like to invest. And the way I invest is I like to do market timing. And a lot of my investments always focused around some event in my mother's life. So I would turn around and say, this has got to be a great investment. I can't miss on this investment. It's focusing, it's timing on my mother's birthday, it's timing on something, it's a telephone on the stairs. And every time I made one of those investments, I said, I know my mother's here. I'm going to be a millionaire. What happened? I lost a fortune. So I said, wait a minute, why isn't my mother helping me? And then I said, you know what she's doing? She actually is helping me. She told me to take my money and keep it in my wallet. so that was my experience in that case. The thing I wanted to show you, which my daughter didn't want me to show, yeah, I have to do it, Jim. I don't know if I didn't find it.
Maybe she did it.
Nah, she did. I know she's at work. I know my mother's at work. Well, let me get to something else first. I was just discussing with my grandson, Sean. With my mother's passing, and especially as we're all getting older, you tend to say, what is life? How do we connect with it? What happens to people? The priest is here, and he'll have his viewpoint. However, I began to think about it, and the little sketch I drew, I don't think you can see it. It's an oscillating wave, and you got the ups and the downs and stuff, and I call these things the crossover points, where you come up, you get old, you come down, you reach a crossover point, and then the priest may have his interpretation of it, but something happens. And I think in all of life, all of our universe, there's positive states and there's negative states. Not to say negative is bad, but there's crossover points. And wherever my mother is, and I think right now she's at one of these crossover points, and I don't think you got some time yet. I think she's there just watching. I really do. As I told my daughter, when my mother passed away, my wife passed away. Let me get to something else first. When I was going to start this, this is for you, I meant to shout out to you. I was going to start this by saying, nobody video this conference because it's going to wind up on YouTube. What's my son doing? He's videoing it. All right? Let's turn it around. Let's catch everybody else. Not just the people doing all this talking. So, to me, I begin to look at it like a tree. Tree in the spring sprouts leaves. Then the leaves get old, they fall off, and the tree is bare. And then next spring the leaves come up again. Not the same leaves, but different leaves. It's this transitionary thing. And I'm beginning to think that. And actually each leaf furnishes the tree. And maybe it comes back to what the priest may say. Somehow we're all interconnected and feeding something larger than us. Whatever that is. But we're just leaves on a tree ready to fall off. At some point, all of us. In fact, experience recently, towards the end all the time, I'm driving up to a food store, and as I'm driving, I'm looking at a lot of people. I'm saying, in 60 years from now, all these people are going to be gone. But where do we all go? So many people we're talking about, 60 years. Maybe not your young people. Young people will last a little bit longer, maybe 60 years. But I see it coming. That back door, boy, I'm slipping closer and closer to that back door. But, as my brother said, my mother was so much as part of our life. An experience I had, I'll never forget it. When we were young, we lived in an area where there were a lot of woods and stuff like that. And we were adventurous kids, wild kids, little kids, were running around the place. It was this big pond with ice on it. And who's going to walk on the ice? Who's going to walk on the ice? I'm not going to walk on the ice. So I'm going to walk on the ice. So we're walking out, way out in the middle of this pond, and I break through. And dirty water comes rushing up at me. And I say, I'm going to die. I'm going to go right under this ice. And what do we do? Mom, Mom, Mom! Somehow, by some miracle, I don't know, I just stopped. It wasn't a hit bottom, I could have kept on going down. But somehow something caught me, and my friends were able to come back and pull me out. But I know when I said Mom, she came. I know somehow she prevented me from going under. And that's the story of my mother. Let me find this one picture. I got it somewhere. It's a classic picture. Jenny, you can, oh, here it is. Here it is. My mother and I used to really have great times. She'd be over my house all the time. So one of her favorite things was no matter what I fed her, she would say, I'm not eating this shit. And she'd throw it around, she'd throw it against the wall. I'm not eating, you feed me like crap. What are you doing? You're trying to kill me? I know she's kidding around.
No, I don't think she was.
I'm gonna stop you from doing that, Mom. She says, how dare you? You can't do anything to me. I don't know if you should see this picture.
Oh my God.
I'm right at
If you had known that, you would have been in a lot of
It was
trouble.
the fun, because she was hysterical laughing at me. And then there was another time.
There's no police officers.
Yeah, right, yeah. I had a real lot of fun. Let me find this other one picture I had. Oh, here. So, again, we used to convince. I said, Mom, how long are you going to stay in my house? I mean, you're here 2 months already. How do I get you out of this house? She said, you're never going to get me out of this house. So we argued over, and I said, you know what I'm going to do? It's winter time. I'm going to shut the heat off. I said, I'll chase you out of this house. What does my mother do? There's another picture. I finally gave up. I turned the heat back on. I said, stay there. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. Yeah, and as John pointed out, her cleverness never stopped. She always wanted to reach out and move forward. And we're talking about a housewife with no real education. And her first job was a pizza worker job in a dress shop. But then she went to a bank, and immediately, as a bank teller, as my brother said, she had a terrific personality. So they put her in as a,
Customer service.
No, that came later. That came later. She was a greeter. They called her a greeter. She stood outside the bank door and greeted everybody who walked in. And I think she made that bank rich because all of a sudden people start flooding in. She talked to my mother. I mean, she had a crowd going around her. But here's a picture of her. Here's a picture of them honoring her just before she retired. And I don't want to say retired. She was kicked out because she didn't want to leave. She was like almost 70 years old. She didn't want to leave. And they didn't realize they could have got another 20 years out of it, where she was going. 30 or more. But a picture with the code. Yeah, I did show you that. Anyway, I always feel the presence. My brother John just gave a little gift out. And when I saw that gift being transferred, it just sort of, since I'm up here in New York and New Jersey, it's hard for me to conceive the fact my mother is dead. Because I spent so much time with her. She's not dead. I know she's not dead. The windows haven't opened yet, right? She's not coming yet. Huh? I know she's on. She's probably on a chandelier. She's got to be somewhere. She doesn't leave. I know she doesn't leave. And that's good. She doesn't leave. But anyway, I don't know where I'm going. I'm starting to
You're talking about the rent.
Oh, yeah. Well, all of a sudden I saw this property transferred. And it was one of my mother's precious things. My mother would never give that up. She's got to be gone. And it just hit me. My mother is gone. It's just hitting me now. She's gone. Or is she gone? I don't know. I said, later, I want us all to think for a minute. Because I know she's here. I know she's here. She's at that point, that junction point. And I think she's going to say goodbye to us all. And I hope she does. I hope wherever it is that What? Oh, you soon. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. Oh, one other comment I want to say. At this point, it's my brother John and I, we have our brother Jerry. I just wish my brother was here. Unfortunately, he's not. Now, thank you very much.